everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Heike, this is Lola, and you're watching stonecoldcoffeecrafts, and dear God, it's already time for another Flosstube. Well, honestly, I'm cheating a bit because the last Flosstube was actually recorded on a Wednesday and uploaded on a Thursday, and this one is going to be recorded on a Monday and uploaded on a Wednesday, so not exactly 2 weeks. But I have decided to move the recording to Monday to keep my Wednesday upload in firm focus, because it's a bit too hard to do it on Tuesday, edit it and upload it, because I'm so long-winded. All right. I have exactly one whip and one new start / finish this week. Let's start with my new start and also my finish, which is the Bayou Cat by Owl Forest Embroidery. I started it, like I told you in my last Flosstube, on, I believe, on the Friday, and I finished it about 2 hours ago, I think. So this one was stitched in 9 days and maybe 2 hours. Because I only had 6 of these mice left to do today, and that took me about 2 hours, give or take a few minutes. Yeah, this is already done. I really can't believe it. And it's stitched up like a dream. I loved every minute I worked on it, which is pretty much the reason it's the only thing I worked on, except for one other project I spent maybe a couple of hours on since I last talked to you. So yeah, talking about a one project girl, that was me on this kit. Quite frankly, I'm a bit sad it's over already, because it really was so much fun. So this was a full kit which I got from Owl Forest Embroidery, directly from their website. It came with the linen, it came with all the flosses. It looks like a lot more if you look at it, but it was only 6 different flosses. All of them variegated, so they look like so much more. And a needle minder. The kit also had a needle minder, which I used mostly until I started to make my own needle minders, and then I switched them out. Yeah, so I'm going to frame this. This is just going to be framed behind glass, nothing fancy. I have to order the frame. I have to decide how much of the fabric I want to show, because as you can see, this was the linen, the 32 count Belfast linen that came in the kit. They gave a bit of a border, but not as much as some of the fabric calculators would recommend. I think it's going to be more than enough for me, because I don't want to do fancy matting or anything like that. I'm going to pick a pretty frame and then I'm going to lace it, and for that it should be, I think, plenty. Maybe that much of the fabric showing around, I don't know yet. I'll have to measure it and see. But I hope I can show you this next time, in 2 weeks, when I record my next Flosstube. Maybe then I will finally have an FFO, who knows. But my first finish of 2020, and I'm quite proud of it. I love it. I have to say, I'm really the odd one out, I think, because I kept the border down here for last. I usually keep the best for last, and it has been the best part of the whole thing. Maybe I'm a bit biased because I did the cat first, which went splendidly, and then I did all the little stars and snowflakes and everything else here in the background. And as far as I know, my only 2 mistakes are actually here in the background, and you can't see it. It didn't really hurt anything, but I am 1 stitch off here, 1/2 stitch off here. So this doesn't exactly line up with the other stitches. And the snowflake here, I think I either put 1 stitch too far to the right or maybe 2 stitches too far. Yeah, kitty. It didn't add up with this snowflake here. So this one is also Are you okay? Are you okay? This one is also one further to the right so that it actually fits better between these two here. So this is on purpose, this was not on purpose, and this was also not on purpose. But as far as I know, these are the only two mistakes I made. Everything else is actually counting up as it's supposed to be. Everything else is lining up. So yeah, could have been worse, especially considering how fast I worked on this. I intended to start my 24-hour rotation with this kit, but I forgot to start my timer on the first weekend I was working on this. And then I also decided, well, I don't have another project I want to stitch on right now, so let's keep stitching until I either lose interest or I'm done. So being done came first. The last thing I stitched on this were the mice down here, like I said, and I have to say these are so stinking cute. I could have kept on stitching mice for quite a while. I know a lot of people don't like the repetitive things, but I seem to enjoy them very much. I don't know. I'm probably just a weird person. So that's my new start and my finish at the same time. And I love this very much. So going to roll this up actually. And going to reveal my only other whip for the last 2 weeks, which is my little koala from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I maybe, aside from shedding on it, I maybe put in a couple of hours. I finished all the leaves and I started on the flowers on the first color of yellow. There's a second yellow in there. I fully intended to have that finished by now, but the cat just kept all my attention, so I didn't work on this, and I also didn't, or I did work a bit on this, but I didn't keep working on this, and I also didn't work on any of the other stuff I've shown you. So I'm not caught up on my peppermint purple cell, and I also haven't finished my word in the jar. Haven't touched it at all, both of them. Still think this is cute. This is definitely, you can hold me to it, this is going to be a finished project in Flosstube number 4, because I think this is maybe 2 more hours and then it's done. If I get very ambitious, I might even try to turn it into an FFO for next time. Let's see. Wait and see. So plants. Plants are a bit weird, except for the fact that I want to finish the koala and I want to finish the world in the jar, and I also would like to catch up on the peppermint purple cell. That's all I've got for plants right now, because for all the other projects I have lined up, I'm either missing floss or fabric. Things are coming in very, very, very slowly. It's super annoying. I don't know when I'm going to start the next big one. On the positive side, my crafty kitten fabric for the Stitch Your Own Adventure finally has shipped a couple of days ago, so that should arrive any day now. Usually shipping from the UK to Germany is pretty quick. So I could potentially put that back on the frame and finally start on the Harry Potter Stitch Your Own Adventure. So that's a possibility. So the next plans are actually going to be knitty plans, because I am going to cast on that cowl I wanted to do. Still have to decide between 2 patterns which one I actually want to do. I'm going to do this as soon as I'm done recording for today, but I'm going to try and start on this tonight and see how far it goes. I have to catch up to Rachel because she's knitting like a pro. I'm probably going to look like a total failure next to that. But who knows? What else have I been up to? I have made a couple of needle minders, nothing special. You have probably seen tons of those. So I got this little guy here from AliExpress actually. He used to be a brooch. Can see here the two soldering points. Just broke that off, filed the grates off so you can't hurt yourself or your fabric, and then stuck a magnet to it. To make it a bit easier to remove the magnet, I actually stuck a button on the backside. I think I'm going to pull out a red button and make a new back magnet for this one, because the red would fit it so much better. I actually thought that the tassel was super cute, and that's why I chose him. And then I finally got my package from Love You More Studio Co. And they are using these little seals for their packaging. And Customs opened my package, but they thankfully didn't break the seal. They just ripped it off, so you can still see the paper is attached on the backside. And I decided, you know what, this would make a needle minder. So same thing, attached a magnet, attached a button to the magnet, cat hair. And I've used it since yesterday on BioCat, and it works perfectly fine. So question for you. I've shown this on Instagram, and I've had a couple of people asking me if I was selling those. Is there actually a demand for that? Because I could totally make these and sell them, of course, without the paper. They would have a flat back and not have the paper on the back side. So let me know. I can totally make these and list them on Etsy or something. They wouldn't be super expensive. Have to do some calculations. Of course, I would have to get the stems and some of the wax first. I've checked, the stems are pretty hard to get here, so probably I have to order them overseas. Yeah, that's what I made. And like I said, as far as plans go, pretty much for everything I have something on the go right now, and not here yet. So I don't think I can start any of my other projects, to be honest. Kitty, don't eat the fabric, please. Thank you. Let's recapture. I have toil and trouble. I'm missing the fabric for this one and one floss. The one floss, not a problem. The fabric is. Night Walk Down. I'm missing pretty much everything for that one. Frosty Forest. I have the fabric. I am waiting for the first 3 patterns, floss and buttons. They might be here soon. I ordered them at 123 Stitch, and they have departed New York yesterday. And last time, after they departed New York, they arrived here on the next day, and then I think it took maybe 4 or 5 more days until Customs stopped sitting on them. So maybe that one next, I don't know. For the Zodiac, I am missing all my flosses. For the linen and thread cell, I'm missing the fabric. For the long dog, I'm missing the fabric. You see a theme there, right? So I've mostly squirrel, I'm missing the fabric. I have ordered most of the stuff, but not all of it. So I think at least for the next week or so, my crafty plans will be knitting and diamond painting, probably. I have a couple of other ideas of stuff I could potentially make and offer for sale if there's any demand at all. I don't know. I actually don't want to go too deep into the topic of needle minders because my friend Rachel is already selling needle minders and I don't want to infringe on that. I just thought that maybe this would be a possibility because she doesn't make these. So to keep things separated. So, and as I said, I got my first Love You More Studio Co. order, and I think we are going straight into haul now. Or maybe do that differently and start with a Stitchy Kindness first. And first up is talking about Rachel. Rachel got me the beads for the Cathedral Wood Goddess. And they arrived last week. And that's what they look like. Yeah, kitty, I know. So, pretty shiny beads. And that means I am now complete as far as the beads go. I have decided which fabric I want to use, and I'm going to show the sample piece to you because it has the wrong count. I have to order it in the correct count. I have nearly all of my flosses. I think I'm missing one DMC, which I have ordered weeks ago, and the shop is just not shipping it out, which is fantastic shop. Yeah, but that means thanks to Rachel, I am pretty much good to go now. And yeah, thank you so much. Once again, that was not necessary at all. I would have gotten the beads. Kitty, please do not murder my stuff. I have to save my Bayun cat or it will be in shreds in a moment. So yeah, Cathedral Wood Goddess is hopefully probably April start, because I have to order the fabric and that will probably take about a month until it's here. So yeah, probably in April start, but I'm really looking forward to it. So Stitchy Kindness, and I have one more piece of Stitchy Kindness which I think I forgot to bring with me. I'm going to pause this for a minute. Alright, so I got this from one of my oldest crafty friends. I met her about 11 years ago in a card making message board, and we have been friends ever since. But she also used to do cross stitch. She can't any longer. She has some serious health issues and her fingers are just no longer cooperating with something as finicky as cross stitching. So, oh, when was that? Last year, October, November maybe. She sent me all her stuff. So she didn't have a super huge stash like I usually collect together within a couple of weeks. But everything she had, she packed up and sent to me. And yeah, and she contacted me last week and told me I found another book I forgot to send you, so I'm going to send this now. And that's what in this envelope here. And lovely kitty, I'm going to pull that out from under you. I have no idea what it is, so we are going to find out together. And it is an Easter book by Christiane Dahlbeck. So she had quite a few of these books. And this one is Easter themed. So let's see. Going to show you the pictures, but of course not the patterns. Getting that a bit closer to the camera. This is super cute. I like this. I think that's my border obsession coming through again. An Ada band. Oh my god. Yes, please. This is so cute. Are these buttons? Oh, they are wooden carrots. Interesting. No idea where you can get those, but I'll try to find out. This one here doesn't have a pattern on this page. That's a bit different. Same bunny, different assembly. That's where the patterns are. So, cute little bunny pair. Okay, these are smalls, but I can't show them because the patterns are on the same page. And then we have her. And there's also color variation for this guy. So I guess this pattern shows you how you can change out the colors. Yeah. And these are not DMC, so I think she mainly stitched with this, what is it called? I think it's this Danish floss she used. I have a couple of boxes of those from her as well. So I think that's what's used in here. The book doesn't mention, interestingly. Yeah, super cute. So I'll have to send her a thank you card. Yeah, we still exchange cards. We are old school. So that's my Stitchy kindness from my two crafty friends. And yeah, let's move straight into haul because that's all I have left now. And today is going to be a shorter Flosstube. Yay! So I mentioned that I got my first order from Love You More Studio Co. I have clearly been enabled by Michelle Bendy Stitchy. I ordered these on December 26th, I believe, was when they had their buy one get one half off. Me being me, I bought 4. And they finally arrived on Friday, I believe. So the first one I've got is a snuggle, which means it's a bit softer. It's more of a flannel fabric. And it's the little foxies here. I think the foxes are sold out and not coming back. There's a ton of cat hair stuck on this one. Funny thing, I opened this up because this currently holds my stuff for my Bayun cat. And the first thing I picked up was a cat hair, thinking, how does the cat hair get on this so fast? And then I realized, hey, that's not my cat. It was actually a darker cat. So funny, I got cat hair from the Americas. So second one, because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan and particularly a huge Snape fan. Yeah, I'm one of those. I got the Potions class sleeve, and I have to say the picture on the website doesn't do this any justice at all. This is so pretty. This is really, really, really pretty. The print is gold. I think you can actually see that. I hope you can. Now you can. It's gold. And there's tons of cat hair on it. No idea how that got there because I actually kept it away from the cats. And the inside also has a bit of, is it actually, yeah, glitter. A bit of glitter on the yellow. This looks like marble or geode. And then I got 2 big ones, so these 2 were only weighable as standard size. And then I got 2 big ones, which is this super cute Wizard of Oz. This was my favorite. There were several Wizard of Oz designs available, but this was my favorite by far. I love the emerald green base of the fabric and then all the cute motifs on it. And again, there's a bit of a silver print on it in the stars and the shoes and the crown, and there's a bit in Toto as well and in the Tin Man. Yeah, I think that shows pretty well. So super, super cute. And the inside is the yellow brick road. And last but not least, I chose this one here because actually when I looked at it, it looked super psychedelic. I mean, this is some kind of, what do you see in that? Owls or butterflies? I see both, but this is super, super psychedelic. And again, I think the pictures on the website actually don't do this justice. It looks, the purple is much, much nicer than I thought it was. I'm a huge fan of purple, particularly the bluish purples. So these purples here, totally, it shows up a lot lighter on screen than it does here. I'm not sure what's up with the lighting today. But this is clearly a blue purple, and I absolutely adore this. So I also learned ever since then that this is one of these Tula pink fabrics everyone seems to be so crazy about. Okay, yeah, I got one. Not sure if I like all of them. Most of them I think are pretty over the top. But yeah, this one I liked. And I love how thick and squishy these are. So going to dekit the Bayun cat now. So going to see what I'm going to put in these now. So this was that. Then I got this giant heap of goodness. So this is the auction I won in December when Michelle did her charity for Muscular Dystrophy Canada. I was the crazy person who purchased this, all the Cryonics, all the beads. Some of this is hopelessly mixed together, but that's fine. Wow, this was such a bargain. Honestly, this was such a bargain. And I also know that the cat has stood up. I can also show you these because some of the little tubes here broke in shipping. So I have to put these into separate bags, and I actually have to find out what they are. Interestingly, I think that some of these at least are Cryonics. I think Mill Hill beads. Didn't know that they used to come in these little tubes. So this color here is actually super gorgeous. I have not made an inventory of what's in here. I think the cat is going to do that for me now. But there's so much stuff in here. Yeah, whoever donated this, thank you so much. This has to be the bargain of last year for me. So yeah, I have to take inventory. I have to make I have to make a list and see what's all in here and what I can use for any of my projects. I know that at least one spool of the gold I need for my cathedral wood goddess is in here, and one other color I needed for her is in here because I checked the picture after I won the auction and didn't buy those two colors in the amount that I needed. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do next. I think that's actually the gold. I'm not sure. I have to see. But there's so much in here. And some of these actually look like they haven't really been used. So this looks like it hasn't even been started at all. I mean, don't know what you think, but it really looks like it's completely new, which is totally awesome. So yeah. Also stuff in here that I've never heard from. So awesome. I love glittery stuff. I absolutely do. So this arrived also on Friday. Friday was a big mail day. Or was it Thursday? No, it was Thursday. Thursday was the huge mail day. Because that was actually 5 minutes before I had to go to the vet with this one here. My poor baby had a bladder infection. and we had to go to the vet, which she did not appreciate. She's a super friendly cat, so she's mostly shocked what they do with her at the vet. You know, they had to do an ultrasound, so they just turned her around on her back in that pillow that actually is like a little valley, so they put them in there on their back, and I don't know if they actually can't get up very easily, but she looked so confused and shocked, and then they had to shave a small patch of her belly, which again, huge blue eyes. What are you guys doing? So she's just the cutest. Yeah, but she's all better now. She's been on antibiotics since Thursday night, and she also has to take pain medication, which she does not appreciate. I really thought that the pain medication, which is a liquid, wouldn't be a problem. They gave us a little syringe, and we're just supposed to basically spritz it in her mouth. But I think this stuff tastes so horrible. First night went fine, and since then she really has been fighting it. Really has been fighting it. And the antibiotics are actually tablets, and I thought, yeah, this is going to be a nightmare. And of course she has to take them in the morning and in the evening. But that has been going fine. I have been sticking them into her favorite treats, and except for last night where they kept falling out, she has been taking them like a champion. So 5 more of those to go, and 2 more doses of the pain meds, and then we are done. Right, baby? Yeah. But she's already feeling so much better, I can tell. I mean, I know a thing or two about bladder infections. Poor thing. Let's put that on the floor for a moment. And I'm totally going to make this the title of my video, because the question is there such a thing as too much fabric? Because I've more fabric. A lot more fabric. Oh guys, I ordered so much fabric. And isn't it horrible that I can still say, and I still don't have the fabrics I need for my planned projects? So I'm currently part of one Fabric of the Month Club, and that is the Fortnight Fabric of the Month Club. I just adore Married with Stitches. Those guys are so funny, and what they do, I love pretty much all of the stuff they stitch. There is very little that I think, don't need it. And I absolutely adored their hand-dyed fabrics, so I was totally on board when I learned that they were going to start a Fabric of the Month Club. And this is the very first one. I joined both the colorful and the neutral. And for starters, I decided to go with a 16 count Ada for the colorful and a 32 count even weave for the neutrals. I am going to drop them an email, and I am going to change this to both clubs even weave starting as of March. I'm a bit sad that I didn't get my fabrics before February was up, because I would have loved to get the February colorful in an even weave. But I'm trusting that it's going to be just as pretty in Ada, because it's going to be a very, very bright purple. So this is actually forgot the name of the flower. My mother tends to call them cemetery flowers. Just a moment. Goodness me. Carnation. The word just wouldn't come to me. My brain was going Nelke, which is the German name. but not something you can actually work with, right? So this is pink carnation. Oh, I put a little, yeah, don't ask. Blondie at work. And this is very, very bright. Very bright. I have really no idea what I'm going to put on this. It reads a bit cooler on camera than it actually is. It has a bit more of a warm tone to it, and it's very bright. But I will find something, and we are going to use this. We totally are. So, the neutral and all the colorfuls are going to be flowers. All the neutrals are going to be mushrooms. And the first one is Alba White Truffle. And it's this gorgeous, gorgeous light brown neutral. Yes, I know gorgeous is your calling card, but let's show the people the fabric, right? So this is absolutely pretty. Don't kiss me. Absolutely pretty. And I have to think of something to put on this, because this is such a nice neutral. Pretty much everything would work on it. So first month, I am very happy. February, they have shown the preview. And like I said, the flower is going to be a purple. Official name is going to be Violet. Huh. Kind of obvious. And the mushroom is going to be, it looks like a grayish brown, a bit darker than this one here. And it is actually Hen of the Woods. And I have not looked up what kind of mushroom that is in a language that I know mushrooms in. But I'm looking forward to it. But like I said, I'm going to request to change both clubs to 32 count even weave now, because I think I actually like this more than the Ada. I like Ada, but I think I'm going to like that more. So then came in xJuDesign, you know her. I got my fabrics from Etsy. I've seen that her fabrics are also sold in some shops, but those are usually in the US, so it doesn't make any sense for me to order there. So I ordered from her Etsy. She's from Hungary. Means shipping from her to me is 1, pretty quick, and 2, I don't have to worry about customs. And I got this hand-dyed thread in the color Mustard Seed as a little gift. And these are the fabrics I got. So I got a 32 count Murano in the color Little Dove. This is a 19 by 27, and I was planning to use this for the Frosty Forest. So Frosty Forest is supposed to be stitched on a gray. I think it is actually supposed to be stitched on a bit of a lighter gray than this is, but I am pretty sure it's going to work. Like I said, I'm waiting for the first 3 patterns, so I ordered the first 3 that are supposed to be in the middle. I think it's 3, 7, and 9 or something like that. The order doesn't make all that much sense, but I've ordered those with the threads, and I think this is already going to give me a good look at what it's going to look like. I was also thinking about asking her to dye me something like this, maybe a touch lighter, for the Gothic house. The Nora Corbett Gothic house is another one where I'm still missing the fabric. I think I'm going to use that because this is actually supposed to be stitched on a mint. If you go by the fabric that xJuDesign proposes, but I think mint is actually too close to the thread colors as always, so I think a gray would be nicer. And then I got 3 fabrics which I just liked. No reason whatsoever, just to put something in my stash, I guess. So the first one is a piece of Ada called Teal Khaki. Looks like this. I think this is a pretty nice darkish neutral green khaki, whatever. A lot of things would work on this, so I thought this would be a good choice. I think this is supposed to be 14 count. No, 16 count. 16 count. I was going to say it looks a bit small for 14 count. So this is a 16. And this was just what she had available in her shop. I have not asked for a custom fabric yet, but I might. Then I got a piece of frozen leaves. This is a 14 count this time. And this is a gorgeous green. This is really pretty. This is yet another one I might ask her to dye me in an even weave. Oh god, that doesn't show on camera at all. What's up with the lighting? Honestly, what's up with that? This doesn't read green at all. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to put a picture in. Hopefully that is going to show it a bit better, but this is actually not showing up at all. This is a completely different color. Yeah, not working. Great. But this is another one I might ask her to do in an even weave for me. This Ada is pretty stiff, so this is quite a bit softer than this one. Not sure why. And she uses some kind of fabric softener, I think, because there's a bit of a not unpleasant smell to the fabric. So putting the little string back on. And last but not least, I got a piece of sky blue Ada, also in 14 count. And I think all of these have been 15 by 21. This is also the stiffer kind. Maybe it's a 14 count Ada that's so stiff. And again, it absolutely does not show the color. Everything looks gray today. I have no idea what's going on. Again, this is much truer to color than what you just saw. So this blue, much closer. Again, I'm probably going to put a picture of the fabric in. Oh, this is going well. So anyway, this was xJuDesign. I know why people like her fabric so much. I can say that much. So I'm not going to take these all out of the packaging, but this is the Polstitches design fabric I was talking about last time. And when I bought this, I fully expected to get a gray with a bit of green. What I did not see on the picture at all, and it really, really, really makes me ecstatic, is the purple. And I have no idea, did I show this already on the other video? I have no idea if you've already seen that or not. Everything just blends together somehow. So this was the first Polstitches fabric I received, and this is so gorgeous. This purple with the gray and the green, I love it. But this color, Silver Holly, I have not been able to find it on their webpage. So I'm going to contact them and ask them about that, because this is also a fabric I would consider using for the Nora Corbett. I know I talked about this at least the other time we in my last Flosstube, when I was saying I could put all 4 of them on this one piece of fabric. Or no, not that. I can't put all 4 of them in a way that makes sense. I can cut the fabric in half and do 2 on each piece as one piece, you know what I mean? I could do this. This is actually the right count. It's a 32 count. It's an opalescent. And I think it would be lovely, but I'm still thinking about doing these separately. So I would very much prefer if I could order smaller sizes of this and do it like that. Or like I said, use the xJuDesign. So that's the first one, Silver Holly, 32 count opalescent Lugana Polstitches. Then we have a 28 count Brittany Lugana Soft Lily, also Polstitches. Shows once again much lighter, much cooler. There's a lot more yellow in this than you're actually seeing right now. Yellow and then just tiny touches of green, of peach. So this is very pretty. Very, very pretty. This is probably going to be my Cathedral Wood Goddess fabric. I wanted a fabric that is a bit of a contrast with her, but is not completely a contrast with her, and a fabric that doesn't swallow her up. So she has a lot of browns and a lot of tealish greens and turquoises. So the tan linen they chose is an absolute no-go in my opinion. And talking about smells, this fabric has a super unpleasant smell. So kid, I'm going to put this on you. So this no. So this is actually a mixture of white, blue and a brownish gray, and it goes a bit more into brown down here, and I think she might look pretty fantastic on that. And sorry that I have to pull that away so fast, but the cat is going to kill it. And I finally found it. So this is actually the wrong count. It's a 28, and for the Mirabilia I need a 32 count. I also would like to stitch her on opalescent. So I am thinking about ordering a piece of this in 32 count opalescent. That's the fabric I have liked the most so far with her. So next one is a 28 count Brittany Lugana in the color Snowy Mountain, which is basically tans, white, purple. And I was thinking to use this for the Animal Almanac. I have two pieces of fabric that I got with the intention of probably using it for that. So this is the first one. And the second one is Spring Princess, also 28 count Brittany Lugana. This is also the reason why I chose the non-glittery, so the regular instead of the opalescent. I think for that one they also offered opalescent. So these were all ready to ship pieces from the Etsy shop. Because the Animal Almanac has étoile, and the étoile would get lost on an opalescent fabric, which is why I am not going to use the Dunator from Chromatic Alchemy like I originally intended. So yeah, I have not yet decided which one I want to use. Some days I tend to this, some days I tend to that, so I have to make a decision. Maybe you would like to weigh in what you like better. I'm going to put a picture of the Animal Almanac as far as it has been released there, and then you can tell me what you think would look better. I know both would be gorgeous, so problem. First world problem. The one thing I'm not so happy about with Polstitches is that they don't serge their edges. So I clearly have to learn how to deal with my sewing machine. And the last piece I got from the Etsy store is a 28 count Brittany Lugana in the color Sky High, which is a mixture of blues and bluish, greenish blues, not bluish greens, greenish blues. Also, I just noticed that this is the second piece of fabric which has an eyelash in there. and some people probably would find that disgusting. I don't care. So, something I already mentioned in the last Flosstube, and it is really showing up horribly. I got the piece of 32 count Murano in the color Demeter from Chromatic Alchemy, which they had in their shop. And I am pretty positive that this is going to be my fabric for the Chinese Zodiac decade-long sale I've been talking about last time. This is, even though you can't see it on camera, this is much more yellow than the Ada. And I think that this is the color I'm going to go with. If not, it will be very easy to find something else to put on this, because this is a very versatile color. And because this woman loves shiny stuff, I also got 2 Adas, opalescent Adas from her shop, and I have actually no idea why I got those, because they are 18 count and I'm not the biggest fan of 18 count. But they are pretty. I am going to find something to put on there. Actually, this one here might be a good choice for the stitch along I plan to do with Rachel and Jessie, probably in the summer. I haven't decided yet when we are going to do this, but I'm going to stitch something that has a lot of colors, and this gray is actually pretty perfect. And I'm totally going to have an eye on her shop from now on. Whenever this comes in as an even weave, it's going to be mine. Abyss, also totally gorgeous. A bit more on the darker side. So this one would probably be a good fabric for the Tiny Modernist. Is it Tiny Modernist? I have no idea. Either one of the Tiny Modernist Halloween things, like the Halloween Mansion, or this might also be good for the chopping mall. That might be a good choice. So 18 count Ada, I stitch 1/1 on 18 count. I can't do 2/1. I just can't. It's too puffy. I hate it. So I'm not going to do that. But I'll find something I'm going to put on there. It's just tiny, shiny, glittery stuff. I will always buy that. So yeah, question, is there such a thing as too much fabric? And yes, I did not buy any patterns. Well, except for the ones I told you I ordered, which would be the Frosty Forest patterns I ordered. Those are not here yet. So, but that's it. That's all I have. That's way more haul than I should have. But I have a finish. Yay. Okay, guys, I am going to leave you. I hope you liked this 3rd episode of Flosstube. I hope you are going to return to this channel. If you want to, you can leave a thumbs up. You can also leave some thumbs down. There's someone who really enjoys doing that too. You're welcome. Thank you for the watch time. And yeah, like, subscribe, hit the bell, maybe leave a comment down below. Tell me which fabric you think would be better for the Animal Almanac. Tell me if you would be interested to get these seal needle minders, or if this is not something you would buy, nothing you're interested in. Yeah, let me know. Need your feedback, guys. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I'll be back soon. Bye.